bitch. Oh my god. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of ItsASheThIngTV by me, Dominique. Guys, let's just get right into this because honestly, I am so tired of these filler episodes, okay? Because it just makes it very hard for a reviewer to review it when the episode was dry as toast, okay? But I'm gonna try. Okay, let's get into this. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 8, Episode 9 review by me, Dominique. Okay, let's get right into this. So, after the blowout that happened at... Whose event was it? Okay, after the falling out, okay, after the big blowout, Shamir goes to visit Candy's factory, okay? She goes to visit Candy and her minions in order to kind of, clarify things and explain the situation. However, unbeknownst to her, Don Juan has already polluted Candy's mind, right? So she already has her impression. She already has a kind of depiction of what happened that night, even though she wasn't even outside, okay? Alright? So Shamir tries to explain things. Don Juan is giving her some type of face like, bitch. Why are you explaining shit? I done already told Candy. It's cool. Okay? And Candy's just trying to, Candy's like, okay. What you're saying doesn't mean a damn thing to me. I already know. Alright? And basically, Don Juan is like, well, he came in towards the end of the conversation, which should have already told Candy, okay, so this idiot wasn't even here for the entire conversation. So how am I supposed to really, kind of believe what he's telling me? I'm not saying that he was telling a lie, but he just didn't get the full conversation. So from what he heard, he only heard the point that sounded kind of bad. He didn't hear the whole thing. And only the smart people that watched last week's episode will know that Neva... I can't even talk. Only the smart people that watched last week's episode will know that neither Phaedra or Portia said anything bad towards Todd or Candy, okay? They were merely discussing the situation. Phaedra was telling Portia what happened as Portia was asking questions, okay? So now, one, you need to shut the fuck up. Anyway, so, he said he walked in towards the end, and basically, Candy feels as though Phaedra was given, the wrong impression. I'm just trying to understand how you feel these feelings when you weren't there. Okay. Alright, okay. And then, Carmen, okay? I'm getting tired of thing 1 and thing 2, guys, okay? I felt bad for Carmen last season, and now I just feel like you a stupid bitch. They say mothers always know best. Mothers all know. We sat in season 7 and really thought Mama Joyce was crazy, okay? We thought she was off her shit. We thought she needed some medication. Meanwhile, she really wasn't the problem, was she, guys? She was trying to warn us of Carmen's fuckery, guys. You see Carmen? Huh? Did we see her last week? Did we see her in last week's episode? I don't recall her being at the event. So why the fuck did she feel the need to just chime in? Okay, she was like, oh, Phaedra, she can buy shoes for $5,000. She can get new titties. She can get new cars, but she can't pay Todd his money. I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna let Mama Joyce handle you. Next time, we ain't gonna have your back. Okay? Alright? How dare she? It's okay. We understand you're both coming to Candy's defense, but at the end of the day, I hate fucking friends like that, alright? This is your friend's battle. It's not even a battle. Let's be real. Okay? But I hate those type of people that feel like, okay, they should just, let's forget about both sides of the story. Let's just listen to what he's saying. That's not how it is, okay? If you're grown-ups, you will listen to both sides. Alright, I just can't be bothered. I ain't even got time for this shit. Alright, so thing 1 and thing 2 just start going in on Portia. Alright, he's like, how the fuck is she? Well, I don't even know what he said. Alright, they start going in on Portia. He brings up the Underground Railroad and how she didn't know there was 365 days in a year. Okay, 366 days if there's a leap year. Ooh. Alright, he started going in on that. There was just no need for it, okay? Alright, moving on. Man-child Todd finally meets up with Phaedra to sort out this situation once and for all, okay? They just sit at the table. They get straight into it. He basically says, look, my final payment was a cut. Okay? So I'm going to need you to cut me my check. And then Phaedra goes into her whole spiel. You know, it's been hard being a mother, especially when Apollo's in jail. You know, it's just hard raising two African-American boys in the society that we are in today. You know, they have no father figure, and I'm just doing the best that I can, Todd. So you should understand. You know, and I was heavily pregnant when we were filming this pregnancy video, okay? You know, and I went into labor 12 hours after we filmed it. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want my $8,000. Phaedra, I don't care. Look, I understand where Todd is coming from, okay? Even though he's doing the most, he was doing the most, okay? Because there was no mention about this money owed last season. I don't recall. Okay? However, we understand that's the storyline this season. So you know what? You are here to get your money, even though you did it in a bitch-ass way, okay? You went behind Phaedra's back, said all kinds of shit, alright, instead of approaching her man on, okay? You didn't approach her and just, you know, call her out. No, you didn't do that. Alright, but it's cool. Okay? Meanwhile, Phaedra's here telling everyone her flipping life story like we give two shits right now. Okay, all you need to do is give the man his money. He said he ain't received it. He has the receipts to prove it. Therefore, give him the money. Because we know you have money, Phaedra. Let's be real, okay? Alright, case closed. I don't give a shit. Moving on, guys. Alright, today's not the day. I'm tired. Alright, today is not the day. But for the record, alright, this is what I just needed to say. I don't ever see Candy and Phaedra being close ever again. Because this is just too much. You know, even if this was, you know, just, I don't know, done for storyline, like they exaggerated the drama. I just feel as though too many things have been said to the point where they can't really, like, be close like that, okay? Especially in Phaedra's confessionals. You know she'd be throwing all the shade in the world, alright? Alright, moving on. So, Portia gets ready to host the red carpet for the Emmys, okay? The Dish Nation red carpet area. You know what I mean, okay? She's getting ready. This is a big, big thing, okay? I'm proud of her for getting such a job like that. That's awesome. That's really good. Anyway, okay, so as she's getting ready, Lauren, her sister, okay? Lauren is there as a friend, as a sister, and most importantly, as an assistant. Lauren is there to assist her sister, okay? Lauren is there. Personal assistant, bitch, okay? However, Lauren is getting far into her pregnancy, so she may not be able to carry out her assistant duties, which rubs Portia up the wrong way, okay? She needs her sister there. She needs her BFF for life there. She needs her sister to wait on her hand and foot, because otherwise she won't be able to function, okay? She ain't trying to hear about hiring other people. No. I don't care if you're pregnant, Lauren. I need you to be there. She like, you know, it's all good. You pregnant, that's cool. We gonna have my niece. Oh, that's so nice. But I need you to be here today, Lauren, okay? Forget about Lauren being tired from her pregnancy, okay? Forget about her feet and ankles swelling up, bitch, okay? Forget about the narcolepsy you get. Portia don't give a fuck. She just wants her sister to be there, period. How very selfish. I understand where Portia's coming from, okay? Yes, her sister's been, you know, her left and right for such a long time. However, her sister also has a life of her own, okay? She did not live to be your personal assistant. She's just helping you out, because that's the sisterly thing to do, Portia, okay? Alright? You know, you should be understanding she's pregnant. She won't be able to go on the plane as much, okay? You know, pregnant women can't fly after a certain point in their pregnancy, okay? She won't be able to do these type of things. So you need to understand that, Portia. But I understand you want your sister there. I get it, but you... Anyway, she finally gets ready, and she looks absolutely stunning, okay? Very simple, but very beautiful, very elegant. She goes to the red carpet. She looked like she was having a great time, guys, okay? She saw everybody. She saw the women from Orange is the New Black, okay? She saw the guy from The Wire, I believe. She saw the Modern Family kid. She just saw everyone, and it was just a great opportunity, and I think she did a great job. I hope we see... I keep saying Kenya. That's not her name. I hope we see Portia on E one day. That would be very interesting. Fashion Police? Ooh, I can see it. Anyway, yes. Moving on, guys. Moving on. Kenya and her daddy. So their relationship has been virtually non-existent, okay? They've had a very tumultuous relationship, you know. Back in the day when she was young, she ran away from home when she was 12 and she was too dumb to run away. Guys, I'm sorry, but she said she ran away at 12. 12. I understand why your daddy was mad at you. 12? What the fuck you gonna go at 12? 12. Not 13. 13's even too... Okay, forget it. I ain't gonna say nothing, guys. I ain't got time. Anyway, you know, she's trying to work on their relationship. She wants her family back together. She wants to feel that bond, okay? So daddy comes by to her house, the house that she's currently in right now, not Moore Manor. Okay? She gives daddy the drink, and daddy looks at the drink like, there's some poison in it. He's like, bitch, you trying to kill me? What's in this? No, I'm joking. He was looking at it because probably there was some mint leaves and shit floating around. I don't know. But anyway, they get to talking, and basically she starts talking about her relationship life and, you know, what's going on, the struggles, and how she's dating and how she's just trying to find her guy to settle down and have some kids. And, you know, she feels as though her relationships have failed in the past due to her, you know, her kind of toxic relationship with her parents. Alright, she has no relationship with her mother. Her mother wants nothing to do with her, as far as we know. And her father's just, well, he'd been hurt. Okay. Alright. However, speaking of relationships, did you guys see the video on Shade Room? We saw none other than Kenya Moore herself and her trainer from last week's episode, Matt, getting close. I saw a kiss, and I was here for it. You know I'm here for black love whenever it's around, okay? But that was just beautiful. That was beautiful. Look, as much as Kenya pisses me off, as much as Kenya is a messy, shit-stirring, old-ass woman, okay, she ain't that old. She's still beautiful. Okay, I really want her to have the best in life, because then I feel like she will be such a nicer person. Okay, I hope her and Matt really get together. She needs her some kids. I'm here for it, okay? But anyway, she then eventually takes her dad to see the new place. However, he's just not here for it. He's just like, girl, you trying to kill me? Dang. Right, but then, you know, they get to talking. And like I said, she ran away from home at 12. And he was upset about that, okay? They were living in Houston at the time. However, she ran back to Detroit. He wanted a fresh start for his family, okay? He wanted them to all be in Houston together. Just be together and be happy. And she kind of broke that, okay? And he felt like he wasn't good enough. That's why she ran away. And it hurt him. Therefore, they didn't speak for 5 years. And it just made their relationship kind of just... Okay, and it was just sad, you know, but it was good to see them kind of rekindle. And basically, now that she feels, you know, more content with her relationship with her father, she wants to work on the relationship with her mother. So she therefore comes up with this fabulous idea of a family reunion in Detroit in hopes that her mother joins. Okay. Baby steps, Kenya. Baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Okay, I want nothing but the best for her. I hope her mum shows up, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if her mum doesn't. Okay, and we see in next week's episode that they go to Detroit and she goes to her mum's house. Now, you know how Bravo likes to fuck shit up, okay? You know how Bravo likes to lead us on? I bet we ain't gonna see her mother next week. I bet they're gonna get to her mum's doorstep, and then they're gonna hear, you know, she's gonna knock on the door, the door's gonna open, and then they cut. And then we see it the following week. Ain't nobody got time for that shit, okay? Bravo. Hit the Floor's coming on. You think I'm going to be analysing all this detail when Hit the Floor comes on? No bueno. Got me fucked up. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so the Thomases dine with the Tuckers. Mom! Mom! Yeah! Candy brings up this situation, okay? She discusses what's going on with Phaedra and Portia and how she feels as though Portia's always taking Phaedra's side. And I'm just like, you had an issue with Paige? Who's Paige? You had an issue with Phaedra and Portia discussing this situation, okay? But yet you feel the need to bring it up at dinner with Cynthia and what's his name? Peter? I can't even get people's names right, okay? I mean, you're just doing the most. You're sharing this information with people that have nothing to do with it. Okay, so the whole time they were just kind of throwing shade at Phaedra, throwing shade at Portia. It was just, no one cares. I don't care. care. I don't care. Moving on, guys, alright? So, Cynthia's customer appreciation event. Should I say that again? Cynthia's customer appreciation event. There we go. Alright. Kim steps into her director mode. Okay, she's just extra happy. Like, have you noticed how happy she is when she goes to events? She's like really happy, guys. Like, anyway, okay, so she gets into her director mode and everything, and then, you know, I don't even know what happened, guys. The other ladies start to show up. They all look fabulous. I mean, fabulous. They all look good. Portia looked absolutely gorgeous in that catsuit, okay? Or that jumpsuit. Marlo looks gorgeous all the time. Come on. Cynthia looks great. Kenya looks great. Everyone looks good. Kim's gonna get there eventually. She's gonna get there eventually. It's alright. Baby steps, Kim. Baby steps. Okay? However, Candy comes by. Kim can't even help herself. She starts talking about bedroom candy. She's like, we use bedroom candy. Girl, your product is so good. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to know that. Anyway, but you know, Candy's dead and Portia comes by and, you know, it just gets really awkward. She goes to say hi to everyone. She hugs, you know, obviously Kim. She hugs Candy, Carmen, and Don Juan. Or she says hi to him. And he's like, hi. And then Portia just goes back to talking. He's like, funny. It's so funny. I'm like, go somewhere, Don Juan. Okay, you were doing too damn much. You were doing too damn. I could have sworn. You could have sworn that this guy had a peach. You could have sworn that this guy was in the opening credits. You were doing too damn much for someone that doesn't even have a fucking title on the show. You are Candy's assistant. I don't know who you are to Candy. About friend. But like, I don't give a shit. Just get the fuck off my screen. Because I'm getting tired of it. You're doing too much. I hate extra people. You're doing too much. And you're rubbing off on Carmen. Carmen barely spoke last season. Okay, she did. But she was alright. Now you ruining her too. Anyway. Okay, so, you know, as things get awkward, Portia basically says to Candy, look, can we talk somewhere private? You know, I really want us to kind of, you know, address this situation so that we can talk, blah, 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 blah. And yeah. So they go off. However, Chip and Dale insist on joining the conversation. Okay, they're not here for Candy having a private conversation with Portia because Portia has a track record of just hitting on people. And, you know, Candy's pregnant? Really? Really? And then Kenya came in like, oh, you know she has a track record. I'm not, no. Don't, come on. I'm kind of starting to warm up to you this season. Don't fuck it up. Move along, okay? But, you know, Chip and Dale make their way over, okay? They just can't stand to have Candy alone talking with the devil. So they go there. And Portia's like, I mean, why the fuck are your bodyguards here? We're just trying to talk. You know, I can't have a conversation with you. With them there. It's not going to happen. However, Candy's not trying to hear it, okay? She's already made her decision on this whole situation, okay? She's already listened to everything. Don Juan has fed her. And she really wasn't here for whatever Portia had to say, okay? She wasn't here for it. So, you know, as Portia tries to talk, Don Juan tries to talk over her. I don't even know what happens, okay? They just all start talking over each other. And then Portia's like, you know, fuck this. I ain't doing this. You know what? If we want to talk, we'll talk, okay? Bye. Bye. And Candy's like, shit, well, okay. We ain't gonna talk anyway. I don't even know what she said. Alright. So Portia leaves the event. She goes outside. And she's like, really? You know? And then she's talking to Shamir. She's like, honestly, why does she have to have Chip and Dale there? You know? I'm trying to talk to her in private. And she's acting like, you know, I've done something wrong and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, inside, one half of the Chip and Dale act, okay, what's her name? Carmen, okay, she's like, you know, let me go outside and see what she's saying. Okay, so she goes outside, and then, you know, she butts in on Portia's conversation with Shamir, and it's like, really, thing one and thing two are doing too damn much. You were doing too damn much, okay? So as Portia's talking to Shamir, she's like, well, you know, Candy wasn't really saying, and I'm like, girl, if you don't get your single ass out of here, just go. Do we really have to call Mama Joyce? Go somewhere, okay? And Portia's like, you know, fuck it. I'm done, okay? Because you guys are doing too damn much. I can't have a private conversation with you guys butting in, okay? You know, fuck this shit. I'm out. She leaves. And I would have done the same thing too. Because Don Juan and Carmen are doing too damn much, okay? I don't care if Candy puts food on your table, bitch. You're doing too damn much. You did not come out her uterus to be acting like this. Okay? They were doing too much, guys. Too much. But, so then what happened? Then after that, the next day, Candy, you know, gets invited to lunch by Portia, okay? Because she's going to try it again. She tries to resolve the situation against her. As they have lunch, Portia's just basically like, look, you know, I wanted us to talk about this and blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't even know what happened this episode. So Portia tries to explain herself. She really tries to explain what really went down at the event and what was really said. However, like I said, Candy has made her mind up, okay? She already has Don Juan's lies in her head. So she's not trying to hear it. However, what I can say about this is, basically, the main issue is Candy feels some type of way about Portia taking Phaedra's side and not hers, okay? She feels as though, I don't know, Portia has gravitated towards Phaedra. She feels like, you know, her friend has been taken away, even though her and Phaedra were the closest, okay? She just feels like, you know, Portia's not giving her the benefit of the doubt. She's just listening to everything Phaedra says, when really that's some bullshit, because everything Phaedra says is a damn lie, because you know she's a lawyer. She knows how to manipulate her words. Now, I'm not going to disagree with that. Alright, we know that Phaedra can play the sympathy card a lot. We know that she has a way with her words, and we know she always forgetting shit and lying, and I don't even know. She's a tongue twister, okay? She's an enigma. Okay, we know that. However, I understand where Portia's coming from too. Yes, Phaedra is everything under the sun, okay? Liar, whatever you want to call her, fake draw, I don't care. However, she is my friend at the end of the day. I am seeing what she's going through, and it doesn't take an idiot to see what she is going through. It doesn't take an idiot to see that she is actually suffering, okay? I was married once. Okay? Now, as much as I hated my husband, I still felt heartbroken when we broke up. And Candy was like, but she wanted him to go. What was that? Candy was like, okay, but Phaedra never really wanted Apollo to be there, okay? She was over him. She wanted him to go to jail. And, you know, I get that too. Yes, Phaedra made it very clear that she was over Apollo. However, that still doesn't take away from the fact that she has, you know, her family home is messed up, okay? Alright? Okay? I know the pregnancy hormones are getting to you, Candy. You have no chill this season. We get it, but calm the fuck down, man. Shit. You know, Portia's like, okay, well, I just felt like I needed to be there for her. And Candy's like, what about me? What about the can? Huh? But basically, this is just some he said, she said, they said bullshit, okay? Candy just feels as though Portia needs to be fair in the decisions she makes and blah, blah, blah. And boo, boo, boo. Wow, wow, wow. Okay? And that was basically it, guys. Nothing really got resolved. But, you know, Candy, you know, what's her name? Portia basically says, look, Candy, as much as I'm there for Phaedra, I'll be there for you too. Okay? So your baby shower's coming up. I'm going to be there. And, you know, they can, you know, they're still friends. It's all good. We'll see. I don't care. But guys, that was really it. It's a ItsASheThIngTV. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see what goes down next week. Okay? Thank you for watching. And I hope you all had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. My New Year has been off to a shitty start. However, I trust in the Lord. Okay? Bye!